Greetings and welcome to Hymn Stories 42, In the Cross of Christ I Glory. In the cross of Christ I glory, towering o'er the wrecks of time. All the light of sacred story gathers round its head sublime, when the woes of life o'ertake me, hopes deceive and fears annoy. Never shall the cross forsake me. Lo, it glows with peace and joy, when the sun of bliss is beaming, light and love upon my way. From the cross, radiance streaming adds more luster to the day. Pain and blessing, pain and pleasure, by the cross are sanctified. Peace is there that knows no measure, joys that through all time abide. So that was In the Cross of Christ I Glory. The author of this hymn was John Bowring from 1792 to 1872. The composer of the music score is Itmar Conkey from 1815 to 1867. And the tune name is To Rathbun. The meter reading for the score is 87.87, and the scripture reference for the hymn is Galatians 6, chapter 14th verse. And the scripture reading for this hymn is 1 Corinthians 1:18. For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power of God. It is claimed by some that Sir John Bowring had visited Macau on the South Chinese coast and was much impressed by the sight of a bronze cross towering on the summit of the massive wall of what had been formerly been a great cathedral. This cathedral, originally built by the early Portuguese colonists, overlooked the harbor and had been destroyed by a typhoon and left crumbled in its wake except for one wall topped by the huge metal cross. This scene is to have so impressed Bowring that it eventually served as the inspiration for this beloved hymn. John Bowring was born in Exeter in Devon, England, on October 17, 1792. He was considered to be one of the most remarkable men of his day, as well as one of the greatest linguists who ever lived. He was a member of nearly every learned society in Europe. Before he was 16 years of age, he had mastered 5 languages without the aid of a teacher. It is said that he could converse in over 100 different languages before his death. He also did much in translating literary works from these various languages. Throughout his life, he was noted as a biographer, a naturalist, a financier, statesman, and philanthropist. He served 2 terms in the House of Commons in 1854, was appointed governor of Hong Kong. This same year, he was knighted by Queen Victoria for outstanding service to his country. He was a prolific writer on the subjects of politics, economics, and religion, as well as the author of many poems and hymns, including the rather familiar missionary hymn, Watchman, Tell Us of the Night. Yet, despite his many accomplishments, including 36 volumes of published works, John Bowring is known today primarily as the author of this simply stated hymn text. On his tombstone are inscribed the words of this hymn, "In the cross of Christ I glory." The writing of the tune in 1851 by Ithmar Conkey is also interesting. He was the organist and choir master at the Central Baptist Church of Norwich, Connecticut. One Sunday during the Lenten season of that year, Conkey was disappointed when only one choir member appeared for the morning service. A faithful soprano by the name of Mrs. Barria S. Rathburn. Conkey was so displeased and irritated with his choir's unfaithfulness that he left the service in disgust immediately after playing the prelude. That afternoon, he thought with remorse of the service that he had left and recalled one of the hymns to have been used, John Bowring's text, "In the cross of Christ I glory," sung to a dull and obsolete tune. Before the evening service, Conkey composed a new tune for this text and named it after his faithful choir member, Mrs. Rathburn. He confessed later that the inspiration that came to me at that moment was a vivid contrast to my feelings at the morning service. The cross had been the most significant symbol of the Christian faith throughout church history. It is said that as many as 400 different forms or designs of it have been used: the usual Latin cross, the Greek cross, all parts of the cross of equal length, the budded cross, each arm with 3 buds representing the Trinity, etc. Regardless of design, the symbol of the cross should always remind us of the price that was paid by the eternal God for man's redemption. Hopefully you enjoyed the reading of this hymn, "In the Cross of Christ I Glory," number 42, and I'm looking forward to the next hymn story in a few days here. So take a break, enjoy the time that we spent here together, and we will look forward to seeing you again in the next hymn story. Take care, Lord bless you, and always be blessed. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye for now.